Hey guys, Marc Lalonde, aka the Wealthy Trainer, coming to you from Ottawa, Canada. Now listen, we once again had an amazing Mastermind Hangout webinar, which we have every Sunday at 2 p.m. Now, we all get together, a bunch of us, and when I mean a bunch of us, I mean, who are we, right? We're a bunch of individuals who all have a network marketing company of our own, okay? Different companies, same goals. We're all trying to build a team. Now, we've all, pretty much all of us, have done the whole warm market thing. Friends, family, coworkers. I was even handing out samples at the gym at one point, getting numbers, following up. We all went through all those traditional steps, and now here we are generating leads online on the internet, and we're converting those leads into our team. So this is what we have in common. This is what drives us. Now, many of us are already successful, so we're bringing a lot of stuff to the table on these Sunday webinars. One thing to note is that these webinars are extremely exclusive. They're private. It's really no real access to the public. But once in a while, when the value is so intense, I put it out there. And this is an example of that. I'm putting this last Sunday's webinar out here to you today. So you gotta check it out. The value is unbelievable. Remember, many of us are already six-figure earners in this forte, in this industry, in this space. And we've done it with online marketing by generating leads online. Now, if it's something you think you may benefit from, or if it's something you think you may be able to contribute to, well, maybe you want to be part of this group. I'm not sure. If you do, if you want to inquire about it, just go to our Facebook group and request to be added. What I will do is I'll look over your request. I'll contact you. We'll have a little chat, and maybe you're a good fit. Maybe you could bring something to the table, or maybe you can learn and grow as well. Now, our Facebook group, I'm going to put an image up top here, but all you got to do is go to asklalonde.com/TLC group, TLC for Team Life Change. So that's asklalonde, AskLalonde.com/TLC group. Now, again, guys, this is kind of where this industry is going. If you're not generating leads online, if you're not recruiting teams on the internet, I mean, that's where this whole space is gravitating to, and we really are on the forefront of this. So even if you're not interested in participating, I got to tell you, check out this webinar and get the value. Grab a pad, grab a pen, take notes, and apply what you learn, because it's pure gold. It's pretty well pure gold every Sunday. So see you on the inside, and enjoy, guys. Oh my goodness, look at the crowd. This is good. I know a lot of you guys, a lot of new people too, which is awesome because you guys are beating the original crowd. So some originals are getting denied because you got in fast. So some newbies, awesome. Thank you, Mr. Payton. Mr. Payton is one of our new people. Hey, Dan. Hey, Connie. Hey, Cher. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris. Hey, Monty. Awesome. Okay, guys, because we have an hour, I'm going to kind of plow through some stuff. Hey, Jen. Hey, Dan. Okay, here's the thing. The first thing we're going to take care of is, because this chat is kind of blazing right now, I'm going to open up the QA and put in a question, and that includes you, Connie, for the Twitter stuff, because I would love to address that. I may even share my screen about the dates. We may even have someone out for that because, I mean, Chris Kelly was talking about something for that. We'll go through that once we address that question. So first things first, let me enable the questions. So they should be enabled. Now, this is our third meeting. We haven't really used the QA yet. So as I babble, Hey, Nikisha, how's it going? So as I babble on, I will just ask the questions and they get stored in a QA. Then the second half of the show, it's not really a show, but during the second half of our meeting, we'll go through those questions one by one, and I'll take some people out at that point. So, okay, are you guys ready? A lot has happened in the past week. Now I've been refining some funnels. First of all, the road to L1 training. For those of you that were not on the replay, it's now in the group. So let me take a sip of tea, a little sip of tea. Hey, Mr. Powley. Hey, Sandra, how are you? So the road to L1 training, it got awesome feedback. It's, again, you guys know that was originally a paid training. So it was for people with Live the Dream event tickets that saw the original. The feedback was off the chain. People loved it. Once people start implementing it, they're going to love it even more. This is all I do, by the way, every day, guys. So what I did was I did a replay, or not a replay, because I did it over again. I did an encore, and 25 of you were able to attend. Now it is in the group. I cut it up. I cut out all the junk, all the nonsense. I modified it, and now it's a little shorter, and it is in the group. It's a YouTube link, so you guys are not going to have to go through the opt-in page, but that's going to be one of my campaigns, which I'll talk about later, because once you start doing your own campaigns like this and your own training, leads are so super qualified. So here we go. Remember, guys, I see big paragraphs coming through here, but if you have a question, put them in the QA, because once this chat goes up, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you guys. So I'm not looking at the chat. So, I mean, I'll glance over. But as far as questions go, put them in the QA. Let me know how that works. I'm going to go see if, oh, my goodness, you guys are relentless. You're relentless. What are you trying to do? You're trying to overwhelm me? Wow. There's a lot of questions. Okay, we got to go through the first points here. We got to go through the basic stuff, because we'll hit the questions halfway through. So, you guys ready? Here we go. Road to L1, the replay is live in our group. You have access to it without the capture page. Please check it out. If you want to skip through my story in the beginning, that's fine. Skip through the first 10, 20 minutes, because that's going to go on the internet. I want people to know who I am. You're going to have a similar story once we get your personal training set up. But for now, watch my training. Watch the 5 steps. It's super important. I could not have built a business without those 5 steps. Number 1. Number 2, I love what you guys are doing in the group. You guys know I do this part-time. You know, I have a full-time brick and mortar thing that has nothing to do with online marketing. So this is like, I have my MLM life. So when you guys help each other in the group, I love that, because most of you guys know the answer and you recommend things to each other. And when I go and look, I'm like, that's exactly what I would have said. And sometimes, often, I'm like, I didn't even know that. Like, I just learned something. So I love it. Teach away in the group. And if there's something I don't agree with, of course I'll say it. But again, that's my opinion. Or if it's something I've tried that doesn't work, I'll also say it. But so far, I'm loving it. The welcome video in your back office, every month I have a new one. And the reason I have a new one every month is because I learn something every month. And sometimes I give a new nugget. And that's pretty well it. So it's a newly updated video. If you log into your MLSP back office and you are my Mastery member, it's there. Check it out. It's brand new content. There's some more training. I modified my exclusive training a little bit. If you are on the 10-day trial or you're a special invitee, I did give some people some access. Maybe they're in my primary or whatever the case may be. I will have that video in the group. So even if you can't log into your back office and see me, don't worry. Do not fret. It's going to be there. All right, next. Twitter course is almost out. My Twitter course, which all of you guys are getting for free. I don't know if you guys know that. It's a $497 3-hour course. And I'm tweaking it because I figured out how to scale Twitter. As if 60 leads a day wasn't enough. I figured out how to scale my system so that I can generate, I'm telling you guys, I'm seeing 3, 4, 5, maybe 500 leads a day by scaling what I'm already doing. Figured out how to jump through a few loopholes. So that'll all be in a course. Again, there's no action for you guys to take right now. I'm just letting you know. Yes, it's $500, but you guys are all getting it for free because you're in this private group. There are benefits all connecting here together. Next thing. Oh yeah, that's good. We'll get to that later. I'm kind of cruising up to L5 really fast, and this is not about me. It's just that with what is it that Spider-Man says, or Superman, or with power comes responsibility, something like that. The reason I'm saying that is because on July 14th, I'll be running the show for a MLSP webinar. They're giving me the wheel. I don't know, they must be crazy or something, but they're giving it to me. So if you guys have any ideas of what you want me to cover as a topic for that specific training, that week of that webinar week, let me know and I'll cover it. I'm taking ideas. So I want to throw that out there. I'll also be doing the wake up call that morning. They're inviting me to this stuff. It's awesome, guys. I want you to follow my footsteps because this is awesome. When you start doing this stuff and throwing your face out there, leads just come in. And they're not even through your lead generation tools. They're people finding you through SEO and stuff. Okay, that's good for that. That's awesome. I only spent 5 minutes on all this stuff. Very good. So the rules of the group, of course, because I will drag some of you guys out here. The rules are we don't talk about primary businesses, obviously. You guys let me know who wants to come out by raising your hands. I guess that'll do. Yeah, I told you about that. Okay, I got to give some shout outs now because some of you guys, we want to build your MLM and we want to build your MLSP. That's really what we want to do. So in order to do that, we need to get a lead flow for you. That's what we're going to work on, getting leads into your funnel. And we want to create the perfect funnel for you. So step 1 of your funnel was to play around by getting in front of the camera. Now, I didn't expect you guys to be that good, to be honest. First of all, I thought maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 people would upload their video. When people would ask me this in the beginning, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll put a video up, and I would never do it. So I'm surprised. There's like a dozen of you that did it. And I couldn't be critical. I mean, it was incredible. You guys are all natural, very, very natural. And you're being yourself. It's pretty amazing. It's like, that's the key, is to be yourself. And you have all the elements. You're using the word exactly. You're pointing the way. You've been listening. And I'm like super proud because those videos are the first step to getting boatloads of leads. So now that we have the videos, I got to give the shout outs. Chris Garcia, I think he submitted his video an hour after. Dan Powley, Connie Bohager, Dan DeLuca, Monty Fitzgerald. You could tell you were in broadcasting, my friend. Your eye contact is phenomenal. And your you have a radio voice. You could totally tell. If it's broadcasting, I think you're in broadcasting or something to do with TV. Natasha Ashley, awesome video. Chris Kelly's a pro. Chris Kelly's been in this business longer than I have. I always follow Chris's stuff. The guy's a pro. I'm even learning something about Hootsuite right now. As a matter of fact, he said something that went over my head. So we'll probably take him out when we talk about automating our Hootsuite tweets. We'll take him out here if he's willing to come out. Chris Kelly, he nailed it on the video. He's been doing videos for a while, since I started, from what I can remember. And he's got one of the best teachers, Diane Hockman. I mean, come on. Doesn't get better than that. And Mark Gibbons, buddy, awesome stuff, man. Just saw your video this morning. Good stuff. Here he is. Monty was radio. So the shout out to the videos. Now, I want to show you what the purpose of those videos was, because the next step, we're going to put them in a funnel. Now, your funnel can go one of three ways. The video I got you guys to do for the leads was tailored to drive them to a piece of MLSP content. Not your own, not even a specific training. This was an overall, this would fit into a funnel, which I call just the person who's looking to generate leads. You're not going to offer a specific training. Now, what I'm going to do, because we're so ahead of the game, and I definitely, oh, Chris, you're so sweet. Thank you, buddy. I want to go old school a little bit here, because I want you guys to know that since I've been using this funnel that I'm showing you, I haven't shown anyone this because I just recently figured it out. Going from L0 to L2 was pretty well what I showed you guys. I put a video, hey, you want to get some leads? And I'd send them to the MLSP sales page. I'll show you what that looks like. I got my Sharpie and I got my paper here and I got a little stand. I'll show you. But that will kind of semi-qualify the prospect. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you're asking them if they want to get leads, yes, they want to get leads, so they're kind of qualified. If you send them to the MLSP page, well, you're sending them to a general, it's not very targeted. Now, what I mean by that is when you call them, they're going to be like, who are you, Mark? Oh, yeah, I filled something out. Oh, yeah, I remember your video on the information page. So you're going to kind of qualify them. They'll be semi-comfortable to talk to you because they saw you, then they filled out the form. Way more powerful than any image or any script or any text capture page. Now, here's where I was able to go to L4 pretty darn fast. L3, L4 was when I started putting out my own stuff. We're not going to get into this now. We're not going to make, I'm not going to make you do it. I'm not going to make you do this now, but I want you to get the whole picture because there's 3 levels of qualifying your lead. And we'll talk about generating the leads today, by the way, so you can start getting them in your funnel. But the reason I'm saying that is because once you get to that 3rd level of qualification and you're the one who's actually giving the training, so they opt into you, they go to your training, they watch your training. When you call them at that level, then they're good to go. They know you. They know your story. It's almost like a lay down sale. It's a lay down call because they're going to say, look, I'm not interested. Thank you for your time. I love it when that happens because I don't have to dance. I don't have to dance. I know. Boom, next. Boom, next. Or they're like, I'm ready to get started. What are my options? How much? How do I get started? Then you're golden. So you let the video do the work for you. So if we go here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you guys. Let me know if you're ready to see some of my fancy artwork because this is kind of important. Again, this will be recorded. The recordings haven't been really up yet, but I'm going to do them all probably this week because, I mean, this is kind of content and it's kind of leverage for you guys. It's worked already. When I had the first webinar up, some of you know who you are. You know who you are. You used that webinar to show one of your prospects and you said, look, this is what we do every Sunday. And they watched our first webinar and they said, I'm in. They joined Mastery just by seeing this because this is a unique little bonus that you guys can use because all of your members can come in here. You know, it's a powerful tool. So like I said, this will be recorded. You don't have to take notes, but I'm going to type this in. If you guys freeze up, refresh. I'm going to have another sip of tea, and then we're going to get, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get this set up here real quick. Kind of an amateur little board here, but I'm telling you, it works. Okay, guys. Oh, backwards. Is that backwards? Yeah, that's backwards. We're getting it, buddy. We're getting it. We're getting it, guys. That's not right. No, that's not right. Well, that's not going to work. No, it's not going to work at all. You guys still there? People are having problems. I know, buddy, my cam, eh? I'm trying to get this set up, but looks like it's not going to work for the way I had planned. Okay, well, you know what? Let me try to explain it to you guys. Next time I'll have slides. I'll have to do a training on this because it's super important. Okay. Let me get the AC going. It's getting hot in here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. When you have your funnelizer capture page, you're going to have 3 types of videos there. Now, first of all, that video is going to be hosted media from MLSP. You know what? I could do a screen share again, but then I can't draw with my mouse. I want to show you guys the capture page. You know what? Let me see. Tell me if you can see this. I had this set up I just had this set up, and it worked perfectly. What am I doing wrong? You know what? That's what I'll do. I'll bring the camera. I'll hold it up to the camera as I do it. Best way, Monty. I got to get one of those boards or some kind of board, because half of the time when I try to explain something, it's easy to draw it out. And if you get this conceptually, that's all you need. So, let me get this silly thing off here. All right. Well, this is why I put the replays on. You see, I cut all this mumbo jumbo out. The magic of live TV, right? Okay, here we go. We have a capture page. We have a funnelizer page. This is where you're going to drive your leads to every time. And today, I would like to talk about generating leads through Facebook before we leave, okay? So that's on the list today, because I want you guys to start getting leads tomorrow. And the way I do it, I get leads immediately through Facebook. They're not going to be tons of leads, but I contact, just so you guys know, when you say, how do you get leads? How do you get leads? How do you get leads? Do you know how many people I contact, how many new people I contact on Facebook every single day? Take a guess. I want to see a number in the chat. I'm going to keep going here, but as I'm talking, I want you guys to say, I think you contact one person per day, or I think you contact 2 people per day, or 2 people per week. Ask me, how many people do you think I contact on Facebook and I say, hey, you like the Green Bay Packers? Or whatever. I find something on their profile and I make a connection. You say 42, you say 30? Chris, so you guys have been definitely watching my my training. It's 30. I contact 30. Not 29 and not 31. I count them. I contact 30. I have a little Excel spreadsheet. I contact 30 people and then I stop. And I do that. I check it the next day. Again, this is not my whole Facebook strategy, but if you want to remind yourself what I do, I explain it pretty well in depth here. I'm gonna put it here because you need to drive leads to the funnelizer page we're all going to build. So it's 30 people a day. It does not take me long to do that. 30 new people, and then I take the time to respond to the ones who responded to me from the day before. And I'm not selling them anything. Again, I can't go into all the details, but in general, all I do is I contact them about something we have in common or something I pretend we have in common. I look on their profile, I semi-stalk them. I see they like green beer. I don't care what it is. I'll say, oh, you like green beer too? That's how the conversation starts. Whatever it is, I do that to 30 new people. Then after that, I leave with question. I leave with a question. And here is the training to that. I'm going to show you right now because if I write it in the chat, it won't be on the recording. So asklalonde.com/Facebook. I highly recommend, that's your first, well, it's up to you what strategy you use, but there's no reason why you're not contacting at least, I would say, 5 new people per day. Guys, 5 new people per day. That's awesome. That's like 35 people every single week. That's like, 150, almost 150 people a month, new people that you're contacting just by taking 15 minutes out of your day, every day. Do it consistently, put it on your calendar. I did my FB thing. I did my Facebook thing. Do that every day. How do I find them? I find them in groups, Chris. Groups such as the GoPro Eric Worry group is a good spot to look. But again, go here, and I tell you the power of going after, I explain the power of going after unpopular network marketing companies, unknown network marketing companies that are more likely to fail. I talk about that in detail in this. So check this out. There you go. Thanks, Chris Garcia. Thanks, Chris Kelly. You're all putting it up there. So for now, let's leave it there because I got to take you through the funnel process because I need to leave you with some homework again. Those of you who didn't do that first video, it's okay. Take a look at the ones that are back there. And like I said, the people I named, this should be your first step. If you're serious about this, you're going to have to get in front of the camera. I tried to avoid it in the beginning. Trust me, I did. I said I could do this all through Twitter, but no, you got to do it. You have to do it if you want those big numbers. If you want multiple 6 figures a year, and if you just want to create a residual income and build your business, first step number 1 is doing what all of these fine folks have done. You don't have to post it to my group, but that's enough of an example for you to understand type 1. So the type 1 of capture page. There's 3 types. I classify them into 3 types. Qualified, super qualified, and extremely qualified. The third one is what I'm getting into now, and I'm getting mastery signups, guys, that I've never met. That's never happened before. I've never dreamed of waking up and you have a brand new mastery sign. You have 2 mastery signups today, and I've never spoken to them. I never got on the phone with them. I remember when Diane Hoffman was saying that she doesn't get on the phone. I'm like, what? What you talking about, Louis? You got to get on the phone. And then now I'm getting it. When you've got the third type of funnel I'll teach you right now. So let's just get to it because I'm having too much fun. Now what happens when you have fun? Okay, okay, here we go. Let's go. Are you guys talking about the fears of video? Yeah, that's a whole thing. So let's go. When you're having fun, time flies. Time flies. So it's flying by. We have our funnelizer page. With the video on it. Aha, this will be a new way of doing things. So that's our funnelizer page, okay? That big rectangle up here, that's the video. Now, that video, the first thing we want to talk about is we don't want that video to be coming from YouTube. I don't know if a lot of you guys already know this, but once you have the YouTube video in your funnelizer page, it's going to put a little YouTube logo and people could click and get away from it. Or once the video is done, which they're probably going to let it finish while they're typing in their info, once that video is done, it's going to recommend a bunch of other YouTube videos that may not even be yours, and you don't want people leaving that page. So with that being said, you do not want a YouTube video there. What you want is, can anybody guess as I'm writing it down? Where do you want to host that video? Brad, the video homework. The replay will be, Brad Cunningham is asking, where do I get the video homework from last week? Do not fret, my friend. It will be in the group probably this week. I'm cutting up all these sessions, so you're going to get it on, not Vivo, good guess. It's the previous recording, Brad, will be up. They're all going to be on my channel, so there's going to be a playlist for that. Just keep checking our group every morning or something, and I'm always going to have something fresh. And that's going to be included in that. So, no, here we go. You want to use your MLSP hosted media. That's where you want to hold your video, because Vimeo or any third-party video site is going to probably have some kind of marketing in there, some kind of banner. You know, even if it's free, MLSP is free. MLSP you can host, I don't know, a lot. I think I have 25 videos and I barely scratched the surface. So the reason you want to do that is because it's all connected in the back of MLSP, and that video comes up with absolutely no way to get away from it. So I should probably show you, that's right, Mark Gibbons. I should probably show you guys how to do it with a screen share, but right now we just don't have time. So everything I'm going to show you through this perfect funnel it has to be taught or shown. So we'll get to that later. I might cover this whole process on my MLSP webinar actually, with professional slides and all that stuff. So MLSP hosted video. My funnel uses them. You'll see it's perfect. It doesn't give anyone the option to go anywhere. They got to watch your video. There's no advertisements. There's no little Vimeo or YouTube links. So there we go. We'll do it that way. You'll see. I'll walk you through. I'll have to walk you through because it's a little weird. It's a little odd. But once you get it wired once, you're going to be building a lot of these funnels. So here we go. And as you can see here, these are text fields in your funnelizer page. You got your video. You got your text information. You've got your text fields, and you've got your submit button. So they're going to watch your video, and they're going to opt in. Now, when they opt in, if you have this set up properly, here is what you're going to do. Automatically, that info is going to go to 3 places. Number 1, 3 places at the same time. So it's not an or, it's an and. It's going to go to the CRM. It's going to go to your autoresponder. and it's going to go to your email, right? If you have this set up properly. So let me get this down for you. And it's going to go to all three of those places. That's the first thing. Now, that's once they push the submit button, it's going to go there. So that's now we're getting there. Now you've got their information. It's going to go into all these three boxes. Now for the email and the autoresponder, that takes care of itself. You don't have to do anything with those, so that's okay. Now let's look at the lead that goes in the CRM. Once it goes in the CRM, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to work that lead. What do I mean by work that lead? For those of you who are not using your CRM, you'll be using it now with my teachings because it's super important. I'm not going to explain why right now, but here's where that Road to L1 training comes in. You're going to work it. You're going to work it. You're going to work the lead. And how do you work that lead? Well, that is where I want you to look at my training of the 5 simple prospecting steps. Step number 1 is to work that lead. This is not a lot of work, guys. There's a lot of steps, but once you get the flow, it becomes easy. And you're going to convert you're going to get leads, you're going to throw them in your funnel, and you're going to convert them. Trust me, I do it all the time. It's easy. It's the easiest way I've figured out how to make 6 figures a year. And it keeps coming in, whether you go to work or not. It's unbelievable. So here we go. This is, I'm going to show you the my artwork again. But so now here we go. We got the video. You got the forms. Submits the info. Automatically goes to your autoresponder. Your autoresponder is going to spit out stuff for the next month. The email is an email to you, letting you know that you now have a lead. The CRM, you're going to work that lead, and that's the 5 prospecting steps. Are you guys seeing this backwards or forward? How are you seeing this info? Let me know if this text is backwards or if it's forward. Let me know that in the chat, if it's backward or forward. I think it might be backwards. Anyways. And then after that, here's where it's forward. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, here, after this is where you choose on where to send them. So they're going to go into your funnel, and you're going to decide where you want to send them. Do you want to send them to a thank you page? Do you want to send them to a product page? Where do you want to send them? I send them to one place and one place only. That's all I'm doing. So I keep things simple because it's all, in my opinion, it's about keeping it as simple as possible to get results fast. So what I do is I set up my integrations, yes, like I just showed you. The CRM, the autoresponder, the email. There's a place to find that in the back office of MLSP. There's a training. Now you're like, now we're at, so once they go through that, where are they going to go? Once they fill out their information, where are we going to send them? Well, here's what I was talking about, those 3 levels of qualification. Number 1, the video, the type of video that I got you guys to do in the demo, which said, look, watch last week's video for those of you who haven't, or watch the videos in the group. Those people are going to be going to the MLSP sales video. That's where they're going. That would be getmlspmastery.com. Getmlspmastery.com. Username.getmlspmastery.com. That converts awesome. So in your case, with what you've done so far in the group, you're going to use that video that you made. You can work it out. You can work it, make it as perfect as you want to. You're going to put that into your funnelizer page on MLSP hosted media. You're going to plug in your integrations, and then you're going to send them to the MLSP sales page, and then you're going to call them because you know they're going to be sent over there. So when you call them, you do what my training says in the 5 prospecting tips. It'll tell you how to call them, what questions to ask, how to ask them, all that stuff. So that's your first option for a capture page. That will, without a problem, if you master just that, what I just told you, the Facebook contacts every day, set your funnel up this way to go to that capture page and call them just like the Road to L1 training. By the way, that was a paid training, guys. There's value in that. That's what I used to make a lot of money. That's what I used to build a crazy organization. You've got to watch it. Once you do that, that will help you get to L1, L2, L3 probably pretty easily. But the other, so let me just show you. I'm going to show you right here the 3 options. Option number 1 is sending them to the MLSP sales page. That's option number 1. Those are the hardest people to close. They're not completely qualified. It's okay. That's what I started with, and then I moved on to the next one. I'll show you. So the first one is MLSP sales page. And you can have many funnels that do this too. You can test them, do some split testing, see which one works best. Let me grab a thing of tea here. Are you guys still with me? Oh man, we got a motor on real quick here. This was not meant to be a training. This is not supposed to be a training on Sundays. It's supposed to be where I address your questions. And then like my Road to L1 training, I did that during the week. That was just a training on its own. That's where I should be doing this training. But I got so excited because these funnels are killing it. They're crushing it. I'll be an L5 like without even trying. So that's crazy. So here we go. That's number 1. Option number 2, if you want to qualify them even more. This may come with time, but it doesn't have to. Instead of doing there's 3 types, there's 3 levels of videos. Video level 1, level 2, and level 3. Or type 1, type 2, type 3. Type 1 is the one you guys submitted to the Facebook thing. Basically says, are you struggling with getting leads? So was I. My story, this is exactly what I do. Submit your name and I'll show you exactly what I do. You know, the thing we talked about last week, that's number 1, where you send them to the number 1 option, which the number 1 option is the MLSP sales page. Okay. Now, option number 2 is a specific training that you're going to send them to. Now, those trainings that you're going to send them to are more powerful because what you're going to do is, first and foremost, they're included in your MLSP. They're in the campaigns. You probably know, if you don't know, do your fast start again with Dean Black. But they're up there. You go, you select them, you get your affiliate link. Let's take the one for Instagram, for example, or Facebook, whatever. It doesn't matter. You're going to take one of those free trainings that you're giving away. You're going to watch it yourself. And you're going to take away some things out of that, some pieces of value. You're going to write them down. And now your intro video is going to be, I shouldn't be looking at the chat while I'm talking because I'm getting distracted here. But once you watch the training yourself, so for example, I'll be like, oh, I didn't know I could get followers from Instagram, this software thing. So there's one thing. Oh, I didn't know I could automate my pictures to be spit out. There's another thing. Oh, I didn't know this. So you'll take 3 things that you got out of that training. Now in your video, this is your second type of funnel, way more powerful than the first. You're going to say, hey guys, I just figured out how to get 200 followers on Instagram through a software called Instagram. I also found out how to, and you give those values right in the first video. And you go, you know what, there's a ton more stuff for the free training. I was blown away. Fill out my form, fill out your name, and check out the training. So you see how that's a little different from the general getting leads one? And what that one does is they're specifically going to watch a training. They're going to get value. So when you call them, they're even more ready to know more. They're more qualified. Now, I don't know if you guys see the power of that, but that started converting way more for me because you've already given them value. The MLSP sales page is nice, but it's salesy. It's a little salesy. So you have to almost provide value after that again. But if you provide them with the value already, and the value that's back there is awesome. It's all I've used to generate. I never bought a product in the back office. I don't know if that's a good thing to say, but I've never purchased anything additional than Mastery. I use those campaigns to learn what I know. So it's valuable. So once they see that and you call them, they'll be like, wow, that was pretty intense stuff. Even if it's my Twitter, whatever it is, there's some back there. I don't think I have one in there yet, but I will. April Marie Tucker has them. Mark Harbert has them. There's some in there. Frank Marino has them. You market those. There's pay-per-click ones. There's Facebook ones. There's Twitter ones. You market those. Then when you call that person, all I'm saying is they're more likely to move forward and they're more qualified. Now, again, that's this. I just want you guys to envision this, to soak this in over the next week, because your wheels are going to start turning, and you're going to start. It's better for you to get the big picture, because this is such a blessing to be here. I am blown away at the money I'm making today from this stuff that will keep coming in, and how my organization is growing. So I want you guys to have a fighting chance. So I want you to think about the big picture. Remember, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint here. But if you stick to it, you will get my results and beyond. I'm getting warmed up. And again, that's just to let you know, think about what I'm saying, these 3 types of funnels. You don't have to go build them tonight. Just start thinking about them. Stick with the first one. Work on the Facebook leads, but start thinking about them, because we're going to get farther and farther and farther every Sunday. In a couple more Sundays, you guys are all going to have something that's working and generating leads, and you'll have scripts, and you'll have seen the training that I'm telling you to see. So let's get to number 2. Like we said, a specific training, right? I say an MLSP training. That's the best way to say it, because you're leveraging what's already there. They're looking at you as the expert, and you didn't do jack. You just took your affiliate link. But to them, you're the guy who introduced them to this awesome Instagram training. And that training is why I'm generating leads on Instagram. Just that. The free one. The one you'll be giving away. So that's funnel number 2. And all you're doing is you're doing a different video and you're sending them somewhere else. You see what I mean? Once you get the basic first funnel set up with the first video that you guys did your homework on, okay, I got to move on because I want to answer some questions here. MLSP training. And number 3, this is where you're going to get up to that multiple 5-figure income. This is where you're going to be putting in 1 person per day in your organization, pretty well on autopilot. Instead of the MLSP training, guess what? Guess whose training it will be? It'll be training. It'll be the same idea, except instead of grabbing an MLSP training, you're going to be sending them to your training, a training that you've done, that you are teaching. So I call this your branded training. And believe me, guys, when I say this, when you send them to a training that you're giving, it could be a webinar like this, you could do a Google Hangout, you could record your own training. There's many ways to do your own training with PowerPoint. You watch one, you take notes, and then you do your own training. Again, this is down the line, but I gotta tell you, the benefits of eventually doing this. So here's what I would do. I would say, well, you guys are going to see. I'm going to send you my newest funnel for the training I did for the 5 prospecting tips. The reason I redid that training for you guys, I also redid that training for myself. Because now my funnelizer page is going to market that training. And when a stranger, a lead, a prospect sees my training and then I call them, they're going to be like, holy cow, this is really, are you the teacher? Are you the Marc Lalonde guy, like the real one? The real Marc Lalonde that I just saw the training on? I can't believe you're calling me. And that's when it gets super powerful. That's why I'm telling you guys, I just hit L4 and now I'm cruising up to L5 without even trying. You'll become an online celebrity and people are going to follow you. And it's fun. It's fun. It's super fun. And I'm speaking from experience. So those are your own training. You got it. So really quick, I'm gonna make, this is probably what I'm gonna teach at the MLSP webinar, because everyone in MLSP should start thinking this way. They should really start thinking this way, because the sky is the limit. Everyone here can do this. Everyone here can do this. You all have it all. You all have what it takes. Just let me lead you. I'm doing it. I can teach you all this stuff, no problem. And it's going to be easy. We're going to get through it. I got 10 minutes left, but here you go. That's basically it. You've got number 1. You've got your funnel. That video is going to be one of 3 types of videos. One that's going to be tailored for the MLSP sales page, or one that's for the MLSP training, or one that's your own branded training. Again, you got to work your way up to this, but you don't have to. If you feel ambitious and you want to do your own training, it's going to convert way better. It's great. It's great. This is phenomenal. So this is what I wanted to run by you guys today, because I thought it was important that you start thinking that way. Okay, guys? Start thinking that way. The next step for you, as far as your homework goes, I know you guys did some funnels. Start playing in the funnelizer. Start playing in the hosted media. But, you know, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to probably cover this whole process in my own training. Then I'll record it. And guess what? I'm going to use that training as one of my own branded trainings. So online, you'll see, like, my video will be something like, are you looking to build the perfect funnel? Fill out this form and I'll show you what I use to build the perfect funnel. Then this will be one of my trainings. Once you got 5 or 6 of these out there, I already got 2. And interviews are good too. Interviews are great. If you do an interview for someone, or if you interview someone, doesn't matter. You have a page that says, I just did an amazing interview where I share this, or where he shares this, fill in your name. And again, if you're the interviewer or the interviewee, that's your branded content. So I do both. I do the interviews and the training for now. And I don't have to prospect anymore. It's ridiculous. It sounds like I'm lying, but it's like, it's a lottery skill. It's like winning the lottery. So just think that way, and tomorrow you'll probably wake. I know you're gonna wake up one day this week. It'll click. You'll be like, well, holy crap! I'm thinking about what Marc just said, and wow, like there's no reason why I'm not the guy doing the training. When I saw an awesome training last week, there's no reason why that's not my voice with my PowerPoint slides. There's absolutely no reason. And when you're doing PowerPoint slides, you can read off your stuff. You can say, the next step you want to do, they don't see your face. So it's incredible. The interview, Dan DeLuca is saying we can interview each other. Absolutely. Absolutely. Interviews, they rock. People opt in, and they when you call them, they've seen you. They feel like they know you, and you want to share your story. The content of the video of the branded training, you know what, guys? It's $250. What happened? I'm going to attack some questions. Unless you guys want to talk about this right now, let me see in the chat whatever is there. Right, Dan, the light bulbs? I know, light bulbs have been going off like crazy for me. I'm like, what's the new training I should do? Because you guys already know so much by just talking to me, like you just do, and being part of MLSP. They're tuning into the webinars. Yeah, the light bulbs. I'm blushing about it. I'm always blushing, Chris. That's because there's a little bit of hard stuff in here. Just kidding. It's just tea. Okay, let me look at that QA because I'm afraid. I think you. Oh my goodness. Really, guys? You guys bombarded me. Share with us when you first started and what you did in the first couple of weeks. Okay, awesome. I'm going to attack that. First couple of weeks. See that training, my friend? Hold on a sec, guys. I'm sure I put it back there. I'm just taking a look, make sure I did. It's important that I did, because if I didn't, I'm telling you I did. Yep. So Justin, Justin asks, I wonder if I could send that. Oh, I could reply. Let's see what happens here. Justin asks, share with us when you first started, what you did the first couple of weeks. That is super important because I only did one thing. I'm going to try and share this public. And let's see if you guys see it. Let me know if you see his question and my answer pop up on the screen somewhere, because I don't see it. If you see his question and my answer pop up on the screen, just put it in the chat and say I see it. Say I see it. And then I'll answer a bunch of questions like that. You can see the answer. Really? Well, that is incredible. I'm glad you guys like that 5 prospecting steps. The reason I say that, Justin, is because in that training, Justin, for my first 2 weeks, I say what I did in my first 2 weeks. And I literally just studied. I didn't generate any leads. I didn't do anything. I didn't even build a capture page, really. I just studied. And I'll show you, I tell you how I studied in that training. So go get that training. I think Dan put the link. Did Dan put the link in there? Well, I'll tell you, it's on YouTube and it's on my thing. It's in the private group. So let me go back into questions because you know how packed we are, guys. There's people that couldn't get in today, and okay, you can't see or hear anything, William. I hope you can now because the show is almost over, unfortunately. What are your thoughts on auto reply to Twitter new followers? Effective or annoying? That's from Brad Cunningham. Annoying. How do you set the date and time in Excel? What links do you use? Free or profit ones? Okay. How do I set the date and time in Excel? What Connie is talking about is in my Twitter training. For those of you who are curious, I'm going to write it down so that no one's lost here. I did a Twitter training where I explain how I generate my leads from Twitter. It's an automated process. And there's a file, a CSV file, which is a comma separated values file, a text file that you upload into Hootsuite so that it plucks it from there. And you need to put the dates and the times in intervals, whether it's every half hour, every whatever. Now here's how you do that, Connie. You go into Excel. Let me see something here. Let me try something here. Let me try a little screen share. Okay, guys, you guys want to see the screen share? Because there's a way I do it, and it's super easy. So, yeah, you know, Brad, that formula, that's awesome. I have to try that. Brad was saying something about a formula, Brad Cunningham, to do increments of the dates and times. So let me just show you what I do. And then you can just decide, but I mean, this goes super quick for me. Okay, so let's go here, let's shut this down. Okay, here we go. I'm going to screen share. I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but I'm going to do it anyways. It's probably very small, so I'm going to do this. Okay, now, if you look here, this is the format that Hootsuite accepts. Now, what I have is obviously I just did them today at 1:20 before I got on here. So obviously July 5th, 2015, space 1320. Now here's how it looks up here. 2015 7-07-05 space 1:20:00 space PM. So what I'll do is I'll change that to, let's say, tomorrow, or yeah, so the 6th of July. And now I have it for tomorrow at 1:20. Let's pretend that's when I would start the next machine. I copy that, I paste that there. Then I do it every 10 minutes. So if I go from 1:20 to 1:30, you see what I did here? 1:20 to 1:30. Because this is 10 minutes apart, if I select both of these cells together, and then I grab that little square at the bottom, my cursor is going to turn into a plus sign. Then I hold my finger down on the button, and see as I go down, it goes in increments of 10 minutes. Now I'll let go, and you see what happened? It automatically filled these. And when you hit 24 hours, the date actually changes. So what I do is I literally go down all the way down to 350. I'm just going to do it now. I go to 350. Now, as you notice, everything is filled out. And now we find ourselves with tweets that go all the way to July 8th. So I have over 3 days, about 3 days, more than 3 days, almost 4 days of tweets lined up here. Now, you're probably saying, where are the tweets? Well, what I do is I selected this. Actually, I'll do it right now. Might as well. I'm going to grab one of my tweets here, just anything rich and fit. Okay, so, for example, here, these are my tweets, okay? Chris Kelly shares his experiences, or whatever the tweets are is irrelevant. I got testimonial. Well, it's not irrelevant, but my course talks about, I think it talks about what to use or how to set this up. But what I'll do is I'll go to my dates. I'll copy that whole column. Then I'll come here. I'll go in here and I'll paste it. So guess what? That sucker is ready to go with all the updated dates now. And I do that with each Twitter account. It's super easy to do. Now I'm coming back to you guys, hopefully. Hopefully. So did that work? Did you guys see the screen share? I don't know if you could see the screen share. This is the first time I'm back in the chat, by the way. So hopefully you saw that screen share. I wanted to cover that because I don't want you putting in that stuff manually. You know, that's ridiculous. You can't do that. It's impossible. Every 10 minutes here. And here's the thing, if you do it every 2 hours, Excel knows that. It's called autofill, I believe, and it knows what the increment was. So awesome. Now Brad's got a formula. I haven't tried the formula. I may play around. Awesome, guys. I may play around with the formula, but you know, with what I do, it's so fast and easy that I'll probably stick with what I'm doing. But from what I understand, the formula that they're using, okay, Does anybody, let me go back to the QA because I'd like to cover them all. I got that. Oh, am I still on at 9 p.m. on Periscope? I'm going to address that right now publicly. Finally, we've been playing around with times and times and times. The peak time seems to be 7 p.m. Eastern time, Monday to Friday. So tomorrow at 7 p.m. on Periscope at Rich and Fit. It's the Ask Lalonde show. And it's kind of like this, except I'm live. You guys have a question? I'm on for 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes maybe, and I answer questions live. So tune into that Monday to Friday, 7 p.m. There's not many people on too, which is great for you guys because 20, 30 people, maybe 40 was the record, playing with the times. So with 40 people, only certain people are asking questions. It'll be a lot harder when it's tens of thousands. But like I said, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Monday to Friday at Rich and Fit, the Ask Lalonde show on Periscope. I'm going to send that off too now. So let me know if you guys see that in the pop-up there. Look at this, look at this. You want a step-by-step training, Connie, on what I taught today? Well, I think I'm going to do that on June. No, what am I saying? June. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? June. July 14th, Tuesday night. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to, there's two, oh, I can address this right now for Natasha. There's some of these that, see, we already went over. We already went over. Natasha is asking, where can I get a Twitter cheat sheet? I'm putting the link. Okay, I got you, Sean Dougal. I got you. I'll contact you. Sean, I got you covered. Oh, that's another good one, Liz. Oh, that's a great one. That's worthy of a video on its own. Liz is asking, what did you say to people in your verbiage when you were new before you got leads? Well, that's a tricky one. You've got to, well, it's not tricky. I talked about my pain and the excitement that I have being with this new system and the learning that I'm getting right now, that I want to share it with you. I want to share with you what I'm doing right now. And I'm working with someone who's currently, you know, you can say who's currently generating 100 leads a day. And Liz, you can say, you know what? I can probably invite you to our Sunday get-together. And for all y'all, if you guys want to invite people to this get-together, let me know. I'll let them in the group. And I mean, like even today, I've got a couple of people that are not members yet. And after they see what we're doing here, the fact that we're getting together every Sunday and we're helping each other, we're building our own little sub-community, they're going to join. They're either going to join or they're going to go, well, they have no, if you're not going to generate leads online, you've got to hit your warm market again. You got to go back to your friends and family. That's just not for me. Home parties, again, they work. It's just not for me. Tapping people on the shoulder in malls and bars and the gym, again, it works. It's just not for me. So once they come here and they see what we're doing and how we're working as a community, I find, it's Liz, right? Yeah, I find, Liz, that when people see what we're doing here, that's, it acts instead of the verbiage. It's almost like you're inviting them to something that you're excited about. You want to join in, you know, maybe I can get you in. I could get you a special invite. You could see on the inside what's going on. And once they see one of these, they're going to know. They're going to know we're all here to help each other. That's what I would recommend, because I did not have this type of thing when I started. I had to sell. I had to sell in the beginning from L1 to L2, and I had to, yeah. So let's go here. I've got to, I mean, we have to, there's too many questions, guys. Now I know, and you're all here. Nobody left. That's insane. So you guys are obviously liking the vibe here. I wish I could give you more than an hour, but I'll say it. I said it once, I'll say it again. I'll go to business to run here. I'll go to business to run. Just an hour is what we can do. But with the additional training I do, like I did last week, the road to L1, that's super content, super value that you can look at a couple of times. And I should really be reserving these Sundays strictly for questions. So the ones, there's the scroll bars like this. I'm happy that you guys are asking questions. Just next Sunday, we're going to pretty well attack the questions on their own. So just use the Ask Lalonde hashtag. I'll collect them. I'll bring them out next week, and you can ask them live. So we're going to right off the bat pretty well do that. I just had to get that funnel thing off my chest, because I need you to start thinking about that, because that's what, that's your brain's going to kind of put ideas together, and you're going to start looking in the back office. You'll start thinking, you know, which MLSP training can I watch? Can I get 3 pieces of value from? And can I make a video about? Or you can do your own video. If you're wondering what the videos from last week's homework were, I'm going to put the replays all in the group on our YouTube channel. And you can look at the videos in the group that Chris, Dan, Connie, Dan, Monty, Natasha, Chris, and Mark did. Check out all of their videos. They're awesome. So that's for the first version, or the first. So I got to tell you guys, this is it. This is it for today. I mean, I hope you guys like it. And remember, this is a marathon. It's a short marathon. It's as quick as I know that you can build financial freedom. I don't know if anything else is what we're doing. And I believe we're taking a shortcut. I don't know of any other people, any other little subgroups that are having these regular things, aside from MLSP itself. But this is our little, this is good. We're gonna get this. We're all gonna get there. I'm gonna make sure we all get there. And we're gonna fuel each other. Because I know when people saw Mr. Garcia put out a video, I don't know about you guys, but I was like, I bet you people are gonna start following, because he did it, others are gonna do it. So let's fuel each other and let's all grow together. I mean, once some of you guys start hitting L1 and L2, a lot of you will start doing it, because we're all in this thing together. You know, you're not alone. We're all doing this together. So, guys, enjoy your week. I gotta run. I gotta hop on that phone. That L5's right around the corner. I gotta go grab it. I gotta grab it. It's right there. So think about the stuff. Hashtag Ask Lalonde. Hashtag Ask Lalonde. Put that on Twitter. I copy and paste them. We'll go through them next week. And yeah, we're going to leave it at that. And I may have a training this week, but probably not, because I got to get ready for the big MLSP training and the Live the Dream. So guys, God bless. We went over by 10 minutes. Awesome stuff. Love you guys. We're going to succeed in this thing. We're going to make it. We're going to plow through. We're all going to make it. Okay? Stick with me. I am cutting out. Okay, guys? See you in a group. Go put comments in the group. Let's go. I'm going to go there right now. I'm going to go there right now. If you guys want to hang out a bit, I'm in the group. I'll have it open. You can post questions. We can chill out for a bit like we do after MLSP webinars. So that's where I'm heading, guys. See you in a bit.